we want to understand if statement. We can understand it with the help of example. Like कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि डिसीज़न लेनी पड़ती है किसी किसी कंडीशन पे, तो डिसीज़न हमेशा कंडीशन पे ही ली जाती है. जब डिसीजन लेने का समय होता है, कोई ऐसा सिचुएशन आ जाता है उस सिचुएशन में डिसीजन लेना हो. लाइक इफ़ कोई नंबर इनपुट करना है, मुझे ये तय करना है कि वो नंबर ऑड है या इवन है, तो मुझे वहाँ पे डिसीजन लेना होगा, वहाँ पे कंडीशन लगाना होगा दैट नंबर इज़ इवन ऑड और इवन. इन दिस वे वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड इट. और मुझे कभी ये डिसीजन लेना होता है कि स्टूडेंट्स ने जो मार्क्स लाए हैं, दैट मार्क्स इज अबव 80%, दैट मीन्स ए ग्रेड. बिटवीन 70 to 80%, दैट मीन्स बी ग्रेड. बिटवीन 60 to 70%, दैट मीन्स सी ग्रेड. इन दिस वे वी हैव टू टेक डिसीजन. So for this decision we have to check the condition. C provide if statement to check the condition and provide the decision and take the decision. We can take the decision with the help of if statement. इसका syntax होता है if test expression. Test expression is condition. Text expression is condition. If condition is true, curly bracket, open curly bracket and close curly bracket is must, and set of instructions must be written here. It is the body of the if statement. If the condition is true, then this statement will be executed. If the condition is false, then this statement will not be executed. For example, we can understand it. If we want to take here only one statement, only one line statement, then there is no use of curly bracket. If we want to put here set of instructions, multiple line instructions, then curly bracket is necessary. So if we want to here only one line statement, then curly bracket is not necessary. Here is written this program again. The meaning of this program is, if A is greater than B, then print hello. Like if we take the value of A 10 and value of B is equal to 15, then A is not greater than B. So this condition is false. Then this line will not be executed. Then only printf high will be executed. And if we take A is equal to 15 and B is equal to 10, then the condition is true. Then this line will be printed, printf hello, executed, and this line will again executed because it is the out of the condition. Each and every time printf high will be executed, and whenever the condition is true, the printf hello will be executed, otherwise printf hello will not be executed. Same thing will be here. If A is greater than B, printf hello, printf high. It's only one statement, so here curly bracket is not necessary. This is a program to display a number if it is negative. अगर ये नंबर निगेटिव होगा तो ये प्रोग्राम मुझे डिस्प्ले करेगा कि ये नंबर निगेटिव है. इसके लिए ये प्रोग्राम है. तो इस प्रोग्राम को हम ऐसे समझ सकते हैं कि printf enter an integer. We have to enter an integer and scanf take the number in the number variable. Here is the output, enter an integer, and the integer is -2. Here we have entered the integer, that is -2. If number is 0, number is less than 0, that means number is negative. Number is, I have given the number negative. The condition is true, then print this, the statement written within the curly bracket will be executed. Printf, you enter the number that is -2 will be printed. And next statement, printf, the if statement is easy, is must printed. In this way we can understand how if can work and execute. Now if else statement. If we want, अगर हम ये चाहते हैं कि जो स्टेटमेंट मेरा कंडीशन ट्रू है तो कुछ पार्ट एग्जीक्यूट करे, और अगर कंडीशन फॉल्स है तो कुछ और पार्ट एग्जीक्यूट करे। फॉल्स पार्ट में कुछ और पार्ट हम डालना चाहते हैं, उसे एग्जीक्यूट करना चाहते हैं, नंबर ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन को फॉल्स पार्ट में एग्जीक्यूट कराना चाहते हैं, जब वो कंडीशन मेरा फॉल्स हो जाए तब की कंडीशन में। तो उसके लिए हम ये वाला प्रोग्राम समझ सकते हैं। Here we enter a number, printf enter an integer number in this block memory. Number is here, it's a variable. Create a block in the memory, space occupy in the memory, and here number modulus 2. Number modulus 2 means whatever remainder comes in after modulus operator, whatever remainder comes. If that is 0, that means number is even. If that is not 0, then the number is odd. In this way we can write this program and execute this program. I have entered here, enter an integer number is 7. I have entered number is 7 and print and take out the remainder of the 7, that is not equal to true, not equal to 0, then print %d, that means the number is %7 is an odd integer. In this way here 7 is an odd integer will be printed. If else ladder, जब एक इफ़ के बाद दूसरा इफ़ डालते हैं, एक कंडीशन ट्रू होता है, अगर वो कंडीशन ट्रू नहीं हुआ तो कोई और कंडीशन ट्रू होना चाहिए, अगर वो कंडीशन भी ट्रू नहीं होता है तो कोई और कंडीशन ट्रू होना चाहिए। इस तरीके से मल्टीपल कंडीशन अगर हम डालते हैं तो वो एक लैडर का फॉर्म करता है, इफ़ का एक लैडर बन जाता है, और उस तरीके से उस लैडर से हम इफ़ को कॉल कर सकते हैं और उस लैडर से हम डिसीजन ले सकते हैं। इफ़ का वो लैडर बन जाता है और उससे हम डिसीजन ले सकते हैं। इफ एल्स लैडर, now we can understand it with the help of example. If text expression, that is condition, if text expression 1, condition 1 is true, then execute this statement. Else, if this statement is false, then else if this statement is true, then execute this statement. If this condition is false, then it will check if else if this statement is true, then execute this statement. If all is false, then execute this statement. This program is used for if else ladder. So here we have to take two integer value, that is number 1 and number 2. Here is for space for number 1 which is occupied in memory, and the number 2 second space which is occupied in memory. Number 1 and number 2. Now the condition if will check if number 1 is equal to number 2. If the condition is true, then print the result, this portion will be printed. The compiler executes this line, printf result %d number 1 number 2, that means %d equal to %d, that means number 1 will be here and number 2 will be here. Number 1 is equal to number 2. If number 1 and number 2 is equal, if number 1 and number 2 is not equal, then it will check else if number 1 is greater than number 2. If this condition is true, number 1 is greater than number 2, then it will print result number 1 %d greater than %d, that means number 1 greater than number 2. If both condition are false, then it will print number 1 is less than number 2, that is obvious. If number 1 is equal to number 2, then print this statement. Number 1 is greater than number 2, then print this statement. If both statements are false, then else part will be executed. We can take an example with the help of this example. If we take number 1, that is 5, and number 2, that is 5, both are equal, then it will print this statement, number 1 equal to number 2, that means printf resultant %d equal to %d, number 1 equal to number 2. In this way this program will execute, and if we want to take another number, number 1 is equal to 5 and number 2 is equal to 7. then it will print number 1 is equal to number 2, the condition is false, number 1 is not equal to number 2, then will not print this statement. If else, if number 1 is greater than number 2, this statement is again false, this condition is again false, number 1 is not greater than number 2. Then one statement is only one statement is here, else part, printf result number 1 is greater than, number 1 is less than number 2, this line will be printed. In this way this program will execute. Here is the output. I have given here number 12 and 23. The resultant 12 is less than 23. Nested if else. It is possible to include one if else statement within the other if else statement, and next if else statement within the another if else statement. In this way it forms a nest. That's why it is called nested if else statement. With the help of this example we can understand it. Here I have taken again two number 1 and number 2. Here we entered the value of number 1 and number 2, scanf %d is ampersand number 1 and number 2. Now it will check if number 1 is greater than equal to number 2, then it will execute this portion. If this condition is false, then execute this portion. If the condition is true, number 1 is greater than equal to number 2, then again check number 1 is equal to number 2. If the condition is true, then print number 1 is equal to number 2. If this condition is not true, false, that means false, number 1 is not equal to number 2, then print else part, that is number 1 is greater than number 2, because we have given here two conditions, greater than, equal to. Else part of this statement is executed when all are false, then it will print number 1 is less than number 2. We can, with the help of this example, we can understand it. नंबर 1 एंड नंबर 2, जब हम ये नंबर 1 की वैल्यू हम 10 लेते हैं और नंबर 2 की वैल्यू हम 20 लेते हैं, तब क्या होता है? नंबर 1 इज ग्रेटर देन नंबर 2, द कंडीशन इज फॉल्स. ये इस जब कंडीशन फॉल्स हो जाएगी तो ये इस स्टेटमेंट को नहीं रन कराएगा, देन डायरेक्टली एल्स पार्ट पे पहुंच जाएगा और नंबर 1 इज लेस देन नंबर 2 विल बी प्रिंटेड. Now arrays of string. When a string is stored in the memory, then it is form array. When we take a char C empty bracket then and axis, it occupies space in memory like this. This is null. It will be automatically entered in the end of the line. इस स्टेटमेंट से नल लास्ट में ऑटोमेटिकली चला जाएगा, क्योंकि ये डबल कोट्स में दिया हुआ है. जब डबल कोट्स में दिया होता है तो वो एक स्ट्रिंग फॉर्म करता है और ये स्ट्रिंग मेमोरी में इस तरीके से स्टोर होगा और लास्ट में ऑटोमेटिकली नल हो जाएगा. इसकी इंडेक्सिंग इस तरीके से होगी 0 1 2 3 एंड 4. इस तरीके से इसकी इंडेक्सिंग होगी और लेंथ ऑफ द स्ट्रिंग हो जाएगा 4. नाउ इफ़ वी राइट कैर ch in curly bracket or in single quotes a x I s in this way, तो मुझे नल कैरेक्टर यहाँ पे स्पेसिफाई करने की ज़रूरत है. मुझे नल कैरेक्टर यहाँ पर डालना होगा, नहीं तो फिर ये एरर देगा और ये स्ट्रिंग नहीं फॉर्म करेगा. इस कंडीशन में भी ये इसी तरीके से इंटरनली स्टोर होगा, बट वहाँ पे मुझे नल कैरेक्टर स्पेसिफाई करना होगा. लेकिन जब हम डबल कोट्स में डालते हैं तो मुझे नल कैरेक्टर स्पेसिफाई करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, ये खुद ब खुद नल कैरेक्टर ऑटोमेटिकली ले लेता है. नाउ printf given string is %s is for string and c is variable name. In this way it will print access printf given string is %s ch. Ch is again variable. Ch is here variable. It will print again axis. Both statement will print axis in this way. So in this way we can print string, whatever written in double quotes or whatever written in single quotes.